All right, welcome in, guys. This is going to be a TikTok Shop roundtable. My name's Drew Espandola. I've done over $1 million in GMV, completely changed my life through TikTok Shop.
My name is Jack Huppins. I have done over 500,000 GMV, and TikTok Shop has completely changed my life. I'm skipping school right now to go to Charleston, South Carolina, and sit in a Cybertruck with all of these amazing people. And we're out here. We're gonna do a roundtable. It's gonna be good.
Hey, everyone. My name is Nick. I started off as a TikTok Shop affiliate, and I've amassed over 300K in GMV. And I also am a creator, not only a creator, but also a brand manager. And I manage other creators as well so that they can see the same level of success in the TikTok Shop space.
What's up, y'all? My name is Mason, also Drew's identical twin. But for real though, I've been creating content for over 2 years, done roughly $300,000 in sales with TikTok Shop affiliate. And I used to create content before TikTok Shop was even on the platform. Currently, I also manage brands on TikTok, primarily supplement brands. We've done collectively over $1 million in sales across all the campaigns, and I'm excited to see what we end up talking about here.
So I'm going to start it off with a question someone left on the video. This person said, I have a product that's making sales, but I only get $2 commission per sale. Should I keep going with it because it's working, or find a product with higher commissions? Because obviously people want to make as much money as possible. What would be like your advice for that?
I think the biggest thing you should be worried about is your commission percentage. The amount of money per sale doesn't matter as much. Obviously, the more money, the better, but if you can negotiate a bigger percentage, you can show to the brand that you are valuable and you can sell the absolute shit out of their product. You have a lot of leverage in that situation. So always go for the higher percentage. I mean, if you can get up to it matters what niche it's in. For supplements, try to get to 25 to 30 if you can, because that's what, or just join CC and get those anyway. But if it's clothes or something, it'll usually run around 15, 10, but try to negotiate as high as you can, and that's the best method. So, what's the next one?
Yeah. Next question, Max. I believe he's in CC. He said, what's the biggest change to go from 0 to 10K a month, and then 10K a month to 100K a month? And good question. That's what everyone wants to do, right? You got to start somewhere, and you want to work up. And I think something that's really, really important at the beginning is understand, setting the right goals is important. If you've never made your first 5K, then don't be aiming for 50K. Start with the smaller goals, because a big part of it is the self-belief. You want to be journaling. And if you're aspiring towards things you don't actually think you're capable of yet, then you're not going to hit them. So I know that's more of mindset advice, but from going 0 to 10K, I would say you want to find content that's already working for the product you're promoting, and then figure out why that video worked, and then recreate it, right? The more you start to recreate those videos, you understand at a base level why they actually work, and then you can start, using your own creativity to build off of that. And I think that's what'll get you to 10K. After that, it's about finding that style and doubling down on the momentum. And you can go from 10K to 100K real quick. I can guarantee you that. I think everyone in here, pretty much there was no middle ground between 10K to making 50K. It's literally one video can get you there.
Yeah, I went to 7 to 40K.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if anyone else wants to follow up on that question,
you want to go?
just let Nick get up.
Yeah, I'd say that getting off the ground is half the battle when it comes to that. And like Drew said, the consistency and what you do between the 10 to 50K range, right? It could be the same, and you can have those good months, right, where you do hit that 50K like this man over here did. And basically it's just if you are remaining consistent and that you have your finger on the pulse of trends that are happening right now, and you're not sticking to one style, and you are diversifying your range as a creator, you will start seeing those bigger months over time, and it'll just compound. Everything's just going to compound again and again, as long as you stay consistent.
Yeah, I made a video about this, but a lot of beginner creators, they want to go from level 1 to 10, but what you don't realize is between level 1 to 5, there's so many little key lessons you'll learn in any business model that you need to go through. These people you look up to, and you see Drew, Jack, Nick, for example, they've been creating content for over a year to 2 years plus, and they've gone through key little insights that you haven't experienced yet. So wanting to go from 0 to 100 or 10 to 100, in a way is sort of arrogant because you need to go through these stepping stones before you can get to that next level. It's like you don't go to college and get a graduate degree without completing your undergrad first. So every successful entrepreneur that I know that actually makes money climbs the ladder and they don't skip steps. So that's really the way to do it.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said it better, Mason. But the main thing that a lot of people just don't want to do and they don't realize is you just gotta like put in the reps. Like I'm talking 0 to 10K. It's literally just reps. Okay, you're not trying to do some crazy new angle styles. If you can just not copy directly, but steal the aspects of someone else's video and trends that are going viral, and you can make that work your own. Until you can make that work yourself, there is almost no point in trying to do new shit or just complaining about why you're not getting views. I mean, in this game, it's so easy to make money. It's so simple to make money, I should say, that if you're not, it's because you just haven't put in enough work. It's like you can't come complaining and you haven't made 10K yet, and you've only made like 5 videos. It's like, okay, you gotta have like a whole graveyard of accounts. Like, come back to me when you've made 100 videos. Okay, make 100 videos and then start complaining. Okay, and then you'll realize that if you make 100 videos and you change just 1% better every single video, you'll realize that your videos are gonna actually get really good. And that's how literally everyone has gotten to that certain level, is they've put in that work and just have the graveyard account of just shit videos for like almost like, and it takes some people longer because they start at different levels, but like everyone has to go through that period where they're not making any money and they're just like struggling, and you're learning and you're growing, and that's what makes you the creator you are today. So
Yeah, that's bars. Last year I made a little over like $400,000 off of TikTok Shop, and I posted thousands of videos and probably like 15 of them accounted for all of that money. So it's literally just putting on the reps and understanding that you just need like a couple lottery tickets to hit out of all of them. So like it's ridiculous. You just can't give up. So to follow on that same like type of question, like for a beginner, someone named Lukey Spooky said, what's a realistic time frame to making your first first $500 to $1,000 day? What should the average person expect if they're being consistent? Like, when should they hit a goal like that?
To be honest, I used to ask myself the exact same question when I started off with content, but I would be focused more on the identity shift than more the time frame, right? Because there's no exact time frame. We've all popped at our own times, and setting like a time limit on when you want to see the success, even when you're consistent, it's going to block your creativity. You're going to feel rushed. You're going to feel forced. And instead, I would be asking yourself the question, who is the type of person who is worthy to be making 10K a month? What are they doing every day? Who is the type of person that is worthy to hit 20, 50K a month? It's probably somebody who's consistent and reliable. So your focus shifts from the outcome of the timing to the identity. It's just your only focus is being the type of person who's consistent and who's reliable every single day, and you're not putting a fucking time frame on when you have to see the success. So I think it's the wrong question personally, and focus on the identity first. The results will follow naturally.
Yeah, it's more of a reframe than anything. Like for me, it took 3 months of making trash content to see even like 500 or 1K in a day. And it's, it's because that I had to A, get out of my own way, B, remain consistent, and C, also just keep on putting in those reps. And it's like, as long as, like I said, you keep your finger on that pulse, right? You will eventually pop. And also, some videos maybe you put them out there and they only get a couple hundred views, but then later on they do pop off. I think all of us have experienced that at some point, one way or another. Sorry,
We're answering questions.
Yeah.
we got another goat that's just walking by here. Another TikTok
Got a
goat.
little feature.
Yeah.
Feature right here. The man himself.
How much GMV did you do last month?
Last month
Yeah.
was around 78K. It was pretty slow.
I said GMV. You did 78K?
In GMV?
That's more than I did. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
You said it's a little slow. It's a little slow. You did 78K GMV, a little slow. You heading out, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Safe travels, bro. Pleasure meeting you. Glad I finally met you.
My
brother.
Nice to meet you.
Safe travels back, bro. Keep killing it.
All right.
See you soon.
See you, Eddie. Stay safe.
You guys too.
That man is the
Yeah.
goat.
Hopefully they can see Nick in the back.
Yeah.
It's a little dark. The lighting on the phone is a lot better.
Yeah.
It looks like just maybe the angle of where it's sitting.
Like
But
a locked character.
yeah, bro, we have to unlock Nick. Also, we got a couple people on the live stream. I think Lucas said Nick looking all cute in the back.
I
I
want to
think
fall
it's
back
Luca.
on that question though.
Is that CC Burner account?
Yeah, I think that's Lucas.
Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of people hold themselves back when they put a time frame on their goals because I heard this Alex Hormozy quote and it really just put a different like view on how I look at money and time. Is a lot of people overestimate how much they can make in a in like what 5 years. Hold up,
In like 1 year. Oh,
What was the quote?
They underestimate or they overestimate how much they can do in 1 year, but they underestimate how much they can do in a decade.
Exactly. And
Tony Robbins.
so many people said it, but it's so true because when it comes to, I mean, with Shop, I mean, that 10 years can actually be condensed down into 6 months because it's such a crazy opportunity. But again, people still, they think that they see people like us hitting these big months and think that's like, they can just do that overnight. And it looks like it's overnight, but in reality, again, it takes that work that you have to put in. But a lot of people like want that, but they just don't deserve it yet. And it's not because they're a good or bad person, but because they literally cannot provide that much value to a brand and put up those numbers. So figure out the work you need to put in, figure out the lever you need to pull so many different times, and then just disassociate yourself from that big time frame and that goal, and then just start putting in the work and just start making shit happen. And eventually you'll see just money in your bank account. You'll see your GMV dashboard going up, and it'll happen over time, and you'll do it when you deserve to make it.
Yeah. Good answers, everyone. I think now let's do a little shift from like more like mindset stuff to just like tactical advice that people can implement like ASAP. So, boy Ferris, actually I know him personally. He said, "What are some things that define a high quality or high converting video versus an average video?" And I would say like obviously the big trend in this space, there's no doubt about it, is that when a video goes viral, everyone like kind of copies it, and that's kind of the blueprint. Like, don't reinvent the wheel, right? But if you're gonna remake a video, make sure you're not making it worse. That's the thing. Like, I'll see people like remake my videos and they ask me why they're not going viral. And it's like literally bar for bar what I did, except worse. Like, why would that one go viral? So I think it's important to actually compare like the lighting, like the pacing, how fast they're editing. And like the dollars are in the details. And that's where all the money's made. It's the small things that are, having that mental trigger like on the viewer, actually solving a problem for them. So it's really about, making sure you're really solving that pain point for someone.
So I think one thing is that with these TikTok shop videos, right, in essence, they're ads, right? We are inundated with ads on a day-to-day basis, right? Y'all use ad blockers and get YouTube Premium because you don't want to see ads, right? So if someone's making a TikTok shop video and they're trying to make it look organic as possible, right, but it's coming off like an ad, it's coming off as salesy, right? It's almost second nature that you're going to swipe away from it, right? So you really want to make sure that it's not like an ad, right? You have to balance entertainment with education so that you can really hit it home.
All right, we're back live. That honestly looks great too.
This
Why
looks
don't
really
I
good.
just film on an iPhone all the time? That looks amazing. Oh my gosh.
Immaculate. All right.
So we're just using this for a prop now.
Do we need this?
Just use it.
Okay, here we go. But yeah, as I was saying, education, have to balance it with entertainment, right? Because with TikTok, you guys are looking to get entertained, right? And what keeps you on a video, right, is entertainment and how engaging it is, right? And so everything when you say like when it comes to the hook, that's what really brings you in, right? And then also just keeping the story engaging all the way throughout so that they can make it to the CTA, right? Because we see thousands of ads all the time, and everyone that is watching your video, they're gonna find 1,000 reasons to scroll, and all you need is to just give them one to keep on staying till the very end, so you can hopefully convert them into a sale.
Another tactical question. Someone said, how do you optimally use Spark codes? Do you send them immediately after posting a video? So my advice is, I would wait. If you have a viral video, don't give the brand the Spark code until that video like momentum has died out. But if you're making content that's like very like UGC, like maybe it's not viral worthy, but it can make sales, brands will happily run ads on those and make you some extra money. So use it at your own discretion. But if you're going viral, then I would probably just wait until the momentum dies down so you can make as much money as possible off that. Alan said, how many shot videos do you post daily on average? I'll let everyone answer real quick. We don't have to give like too big of an explanation.
I post between 1 to 2 because the content and the style I I utilize takes around 30 minutes to an hour per video, so 1 to 2.
Back in my prime, it was 1 post per day per brand, right? 2 if I had the time to do so, right? For the content style that I was doing, a lot of it was faceless, and I was editing it a lot in CapCut. If I were to do it again, and if I were doing like the talking head style, I would go towards batch filming and then just leave things in drafts and then just like edit them later on when I have time. And then when I do so, I'd probably post at least 2 to 3, doing it that way instead. It depends on the style of the content and how much time you have to dedicate to that specific brand.
In my peak, I was doing like 1 to 3, at least 1 video a day. It depends what style of content you're making. If you're doing skits, you can pump out like 20 within an hour. So it really depends. There's no right answer to the algorithm, but good content will always win. So
Yeah, I do around 5 a day, but in my prime, with my biggest months, I was only doing about 2 to 3 quality videos a day. But if you can develop your systems in place and you know you can maintain a quality for each video, then increase that volume as much as you can. But you don't want to cut down on that quality when you do it. So I'm at about 5 right now.
somebody said, do you recommend bottom of funnel? If you understand like sales and marketing, then a funnel is required for anybody to buy a product. But focusing on it as a full-time TikTok shop strategy, it can work. But if you actually want to learn marketing, like if you want to be able to use that skill to make money for the rest of your life, bottom of funnel, I don't think you're really going to learn any marketing skill. Let's say TikTok gets banned, you have to go to another platform. Like, you need to know how to make viral content. So you can use it, utilize it, but I wouldn't focus on it as a full-time strategy. I don't recommend that. Someone said, is it realistic to make 10K your first month?
No.
I mean, it matters how good you are when you start, okay?
You could get very lucky by doing that for sure, but I rarely ever see it. The only people that I do see do it is that they have already had previous content creation experience or marketing experience at a high level.
Yeah, if you're a complete beginner, don't expect to make 10K in your first month. But 6 months, very possible. Very possible.
This is a good question from Liv. She wants to know the most important part about starting out and what products should she start with. And I think being a creator and the product you choose can literally be the difference between you making like $5,000 versus like $50,000, $100,000. What do y'all have any criteria for choosing products?
I feel like product efficacy is a big one for sure. Typically like the space that we come from, a lot of supplements are in that space, and they have really high commissions due to just like margins and all that, right? And how much it costs per unit. And it may seem attractive to want to market a product that has like 40% comms and it has all these different type of ingredients in it, right? And all these different promises and claims that it can of things that it can help with, right? But if you yourself deep down don't believe in it and you don't have the conviction in that product to do so, that is absolutely going to show in your videos, right? But if you are a skincare nerd, or you're a coffee connoisseur, or you like electronics and you love different gadgets and stuff, right? Go into that niche hard and just find whatever you like. And you can even go as far as making your TikTok shop account page centered around one product category that you really, really like, right? Or you can test multiple and then just double down on what works and just keep going with those. I've seen people do it with books. Like I said, like these guys have said, skincare or even health supplements as well too. So you just got to find the category that you really, really like.
Yeah.
And go all in.
Yeah, if you love clothes, sell clothes. Show
Facts.
people clothes. Like, it's
Close the big one.
there's no right answer. You can make money doing anything, but it's just got to be authentic to you. Everyone wants to know, everyone and their mom wants to know, is conspiracy dead? What's the scoop on green screen conspiracy? We're going to have some opposing opinions on this one.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so conspiracy where you're connecting like the California wildfires to like Neurogum or some shit, that probably should die. I think it's had its run, but the general conspiracy like angle itself, no, because it's been around since the very beginning of TikTok, you know? So I think that to assume that it's just gonna die is not the right idea, but the pendulum is gonna swing the other way, and we're gonna start to see maybe like a visual change or a more just authentic way to do it than just the very copy and paste style you've been seeing so far. But
Yeah, I don't think conspiracy type content will ever die. We talk about finding like the right fit as a creator. Like, I'm someone who's really into like, I want to hear the conspiracies, right? They're super intriguing. And I think that's why it works as a content style. It's about getting people to watch and, use their emotions and start thinking. And, you know, if the product plugs into that conspiracy and makes sense, then it can convert, right? If you're talking about, you know, holistic health and like, you know, how people should be taking this, but it's not really well known, like that can work. But what we're seeing a lot is people connecting like, you know, current events to products. And a lot of times they're not a perfect fit. When they fit, they work really well. But a lot of people are, you know, just trying to piece things together, don't really make sense. And I think Mason can speak to how like it's really important that if you're gonna do like current event stuff like that, it's all gotta connect. And what's your thoughts on conspiracy content? 'Cause that's what you're making all your money off of right now.
To give a little context just to the people, conspiracy is just sort of when you take a person who has a lot of like backlash or there's controversy around the person and you tie it in a video. So the whole idea and basis of conspiracy is taking like fear-based marketing and using it to sell a product, right? So my first opinion is conspiracy fear-based marketing will never go away. It is constantly evolving. So yeah, like the style that I was doing personally that gave me my breakthrough may not be the exact same thing in a month or 2 months, but it will evolve into something greater. It will evolve into something new and unique that will make more sense. So, you know, a lot of people are asking me in these questions, what's going to happen with conspiracy? Is this style completely dying out? You should look at it as an opportunity of being first to something new again, right? Because if everyone's doing the conspiracy style and everyone's copying my videos or someone else's videos, there's no room for growth. There's no room to really be different. So my opinion is I think the style is just evolving. I think the current style will be dead, and you just got to be new to something else. And we'll see where things go.
But also, y'all, stop finding excuses to not make videos, okay? Just because conspiracy dead doesn't mean that TikTok shop is dead, all right? Just make some good fucking videos, and there's always going to be a new style, like Mason said. So just keep your fingers on the pulse. I've said that for the third time, but I'm so serious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, is it true that when you hit a viral video, your account will start doing better? And I 100% believe that. You'll see momentum is everything. And like videos can go viral anytime. You may have one video go viral, your old videos start getting views. The next thing you post more likely to get views. So it's all about just like showing up every day, getting out the post, making good content, and like letting TikTok do the rest.
It's all momentum game, and it works both ways. You know, if you start making really shitty content, it's gonna go down. Your account's just gonna start making it harder to get more views. And then if you start making really good content, you know, they'll get views, and everything is just gonna slowly trend up. And it's just all momentum.
I have an interesting question. How many months did it take everyone in here to hit their first 10K month from when they started doing organic content? I really joined Creators Corner, started taking things seriously like December, January-ish. And it was April that I hit my first 10K month. So it took me about 4 months to hit 10K.
Took me around 4.5 months before I hit my first 10K month. And bear in mind, this was before TikTok shop content was even on the platform. I was affiliating products to Amazon, like Facebook, anything else. So yeah, 4.5 months.
4 months for me, and that was 4 months of just being in the trenches and you know, just taking these brand retainers and just you know, being from a scarcity mindset and thinking that, oh yeah, like I'm getting retainers, this is great, and like, you know, I'm effectively replacing my old job's income, right? But I wasn't aiming for that 10K during that time. But like once I really started to set the bar high and then also journal and then, you know, come from a more of an abundance mindset, that shit just fell right into my lap.
This is so weird because it was about 4 months for me too. I started like late May when I joined CC, and then I just pretty much sacrificed my entire summer and just worked. And then it was September I hit 7K, and then October was my 40K month. So it was a big jump right there. But I guess it was around 4 months. So
Everyone here
Crazy.
took 4 months to hit
Crazy.
their first 10K
kind of a
month.
pattern.
We've seen people do it way quicker. Someone said link to CC. You can find it in my bio. If you need an account supplier to get started, if you DM me, I'll send you the supplier I use. We got a repeat question. Someone said if I post one quality video a day, how quick will I go viral?
Well, how do you
not
define
always-
quality? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Whatever you do, don't post to be like, oh, this is a banger video, right? And you just keep on swiping and swiping and swiping, hoping it'll hit, because you will drive yourself insane, right? It could take a couple hours, it could take days, it could take a week, even a month. I said this earlier in the live that you can put out a good video, but it will take a while, but it takes longer for the TikTok algorithm to pick it up. So yeah, just focus on putting the good content out, like inputs, right? And focus on what you can control, because what you're asking is how do I make how do I like modify or like alter an external output that you have no control over, right? But simply it's just if as long as you're putting in the inputs, eventually it might not even be that video at that time, it could be another video later on, right? So you really don't know. So yeah, that's just how I would frame it.
Something I always tell myself is that a good video will always get views, and if it doesn't get views, it probably wasn't a good video, and that's just the reality of it. So if it didn't get views, like, you have something to learn. And the thing with TikTok is it's a very direct feedback loop. Okay, you post a video, you get direct feedback within minutes of how well it's doing. And again, it could pop off months later, but the quicker you can learn and adjust yourself and change your content by posting more and learning and reviewing what you did wrong, right? That's how fast you can get good at content. That's why we all done it in around 4 months, okay? And in reality, that's not very long, okay? But we understood that we get feedback in every video, and we used that and applied it and made our videos at least 1% better every single time. And that's how we got good so fast.
You definitely have to actually be in love with like the craft of creating, because you could have a video that's viral worthy and it won't go viral that day. Like, for example, my most viral video ever hit 30 million views, made me a ton of money, but it went viral like 3 or 4 weeks after I posted it. And that video took me like 2.5 hours. I was like, it's the best video I've ever made. And I post it and I don't get that instant feedback. And I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. And then eventually it cashes out. The good videos will get views, but you can't control that part. So it's really just about, that consistency every single day.
What about your conversions on that video? Because the first, 100,000 views didn't
Yeah,
convert.
crazy story about that video. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but that video got like 500,000 views originally, and it made like 5 sales. So I made like maybe like $100 off of it or something. And then 3 weeks later, TikTok said, okay, we're gonna push this out to a different group of people. And that video went on to do like over 500,000 in GMV or something, like a month after I posted it.
Crazy. Yeah. Just don't get down on yourself if your videos aren't performing or not converting, because you just can't control it. So you just have to show up the next day and make another banger video. You have to keep doing that, okay? Because you can't control anything else. There's only one option, and that's to make a good video. That's it.
Oh, I saw a good question earlier I wanted to answer. Someone said, I want to promote supplements, but I'm 16. Will that have an impact on my ability to sell?
It definitely will, but at the end of the day, it depends who you're marketing to. Because I see a lot of young creators who are promoting supplements who I manage, and their content isn't necessarily directed towards this young audience. They're making videos that older people would buy from. But if you're really young and you're showing your face talking about like women's supplements to 35, 40-year-olds, think about it logically. Would you sell that product in person to like an adult if you were 16 years old? Probably not. So, I mean, let's say if you're 16 though and you want to be in the supplement health niche, find a product that you actually love and that you actually use. So if you were to go up to someone in person, you could say, hey, I take this product, you should use it too. So my take is it can work. It's just going to be harder to make it work.
Yeah. I think the most important thing if you're young, which is something I have had to completely figure out and deal with myself because I am 18, when selling to older people, is you have to always appeal to an authority in every video. It's like, that's why conspiracy or these green screen videos work so well for supplements, is because I'm not trying to sell you shit, okay? I am communicating it to you, but I'm letting Dr. Berg, Dr. Sebi, these clips that are of authorities, of real doctors talking about the product, that is what sell it. I am just the messenger, okay? I'm just the naive messenger, all right? I don't know. I'm just giving you this information, and you can make an informed decision, okay? I'm just giving you information. But a lot of people think that they have the power to just make people buy shit. Like, no. People don't want to be sold to. People want to buy. You have to give them information to buy. And especially if you're younger, always appeal to an authority. And that might mean you have to be looking for clips a lot more on YouTube. You have to be going the extra mile to do that, because you just don't have as much trust as someone wearing scrubs or someone who is that target demographic. Like if I was a 40-year-old mom selling to other moms, so.
That was a bar.
How many viewers you got on there?
We got 57 people in here live. Someone said, how do you constantly come up with creative ideas?
Wow.
Great question. I mean, we're not pulling ideas out of thin air as always, right, boys?
Nope.
Not at all.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? Yeah, you have some crazy
Yeah.
ideas and you maybe experiment with it, and shit, if you hit it, you hit it. That's great. Congrats. You found a new evergreen trend. Like, that's solid. It's the creativity aspect of these things, like as being a creator, right? Like, yes, it's really easy to have some sort of new innovative idea to push out, but then that could come at a cost of video performance, right? So again, don't have to reinvent the wheel. We know people who simply, they don't even put out new ideas. All they do is just 80-20. So they take 80% of the video that's working and then put 20% of their own personality and twist on it. And we know one guy who's become a millionaire just off of this, and he didn't come up with any or barely any original ideas, right? And that's okay. That is the game, right? So don't feel like, oh, okay, like you're copying off of someone else's video and then someone's going to like you're going to get flamed for it, right? Because we are all just copying off of one another, right? Why reinvent the wheel there again, right? So in terms of the creative aspects of it, right? I'm not saying to limit yourself in that way and only work on what's working, but especially when you're trying to get that initial success and get past the initial inertia, that's probably where you want to start at.
Yeah. You wanna
I
go?
got a bar on this, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay, let's say you do want to test your own ideas, because everyone has their own creative ideas, and if you have an idea in your mind and you don't really put that out there into the universe, whatever you want to call it, you're kind of just like reaffirming you're not testing your own ideas. So this is the game right here.
true, yeah.
Have 2 accounts. Use one account to reinvent what's already working, or don't reinvent the wheel with one account, okay? So this is the account where you see other viral videos with the product you're promoting. You're gonna copy those videos, say it in your own way, and use that for your content. For the second account, this is when you test your own ideas. This is when you throw all those shots in the dark on that account. You'll post whatever you want on that page, so you have that backup account, which is like your side hustle account, right? And then the main account is the one where you're just copying what's already working.
Yeah. So I used to be an artist, and actually I studied creativity for a long time. And first of all, what is creativity? Like, what is the definition of being creative? Okay, because we gotta get that straight. So creativity is just rearranging 2 existing things into one idea. Okay, it's you are using divergent thinking to think of connecting 2 random things to completely new things, and using divergent thinking to bring them into one subject, one concept. Okay, so when you do that, you then can understand that nothing is completely original. Okay, you have to steal like an artist. Okay, so when you are looking for inspiration, you are not trying to copy people, but you want to steal from people. Okay, you're looking at aspects from TV shows, from other types of media, from all of Mason's videos. You look at all of these different things and you realize, okay, how can I put these together and make a new concept, okay? And again, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but you have to understand how the wheel works. What I like to do is always innovate from inspiration. So I'm not trying to just like sit there and think of a new idea. I'm always taking something that has worked for me and worked for other people, and I'm combining them, okay? Every single time. And you'll realize is that you'll come up with new creative ideas and it'll spark something in you. And then if you were having a lot of trouble thinking of a new idea, just double down on what's worked before. If nothing's worked before, do something that's worked for someone else, okay? So once you start to build a freaking like account that has a lot of viral videos, then you can start like understanding, okay, this has worked for me before, then I can apply this here, and then you'll start to come up with new creative ideas. And a way to think of new creative ideas is just be in silence, okay? So this is one of the things I've realized that has helped me so much, is how I've come up with a lot of my creative ideas. Is we're constantly stimulated 24/7. You're on your phone, you're making videos, you're doing schoolwork, you're at work. It's like you are always stimulating. Your brain is always thinking of something at the conscious, okay? You have to take a step back and unstimulate yourself, and all of a sudden these ideas will come, and you'll think of new creative ideas when your brain is bored. That's why we have shower thoughts.
Bro's too smart for us. But let me say like one thing, guys. If a video you post goes viral, there's nothing stopping you from recreating that video 30 more times. I guarantee more of them will go viral. People think like every video has to be unique. You can post a video, 2 million people can see it, and that's what, like 1/100th, one like 0.5% of the user base on TikTok. Bro, post that shit again. Make more money.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to be creative every day. You have to create every day. You have to make a video every day.
That can really like extract a lot of squeeze like the creative juices in your head if you keep on trying to come up with a new idea every time. If it hits, why change it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we know
So-
creators who literally make the same video, same script, like every time. They don't even change anything, and they keep going viral, and they keep consistently. And it's like there are so many ways to do it. So just do what works for you.
Saw a question I did want to address. Someone called us scammers. They're associating selling products with not being ethical, saying that, you know, we're scamming people by them consciously making a purchase. So some people do sell products that they don't believe in. They're selling lies. But, and I'll admit, guys, like I've made videos in the past when I was just trying to make money, and I made a little bit of money, but I made a lot of money when I found a good product that solves a problem for someone that fit me as a person. I knew why I would use this product because I'm that target market, and I was just the messenger that showed it to other people. So I'm chewing something called NeuroGum. It helps people quit caffeine, quit energy drinks, quit coffee, maybe help them focus and solve that issue. Maybe they procrastinate. And that's something I've dealt with my life. And when I help show people that there's a solution to that, I made a bunch of money doing so. And that's the cool thing about business. If you solve problems for people and can impact their life in a positive way, that's how you're gonna make the most money. So, you know, do y'all feel like scammers when?
No, of course. I mean, me coming from the corporate background, right, and you know, going through having a business degree and learning about business ethics and things like that, and sort of having that moral compass, right? When it came into joining the space, right, and seeing all the different products that were out there, right, and it's like I myself take supplements as well, right? But it's and so it's like sometimes you see certain supplements and you're just like, does this really work? Or like, you know, what's the efficacy of this, right? And then, you know, it's like you maybe you have like a retainer deal, or you commit to making 30 posts about this, and then, you know, something just sinks in your heart where you're just like, I don't know if I even believe in this product myself, but I'm just trying to get to the bag, right? And then you have this sort of like moral dilemma in your head, or like, you know, you just feel like, you just feel really bad about it, right? And that is something that we've all gone through at some point for sure. And sort of the antidote to that is picking those products that you certainly align with and you actually believe in. Can vouch that NeuroGum shit 100% works. As a caffeine monster myself, it works incredibly well. And there's things like Evil Goods beef tallow, if you guys have seen that. I've been putting that on my skin. I've been having breakouts for like the past few months, which hasn't been really good, but I've been putting beef tallow on and reducing the amount of like skincare products that I've been using, and I actually have been seeing the results. And so I'm like, wow, I have a lot more conviction in this product, and perhaps I should spin up an account and start using it, right? So yeah, it's ultimately you just got to pick on what you believe in, and if you're aligned in that way, you are laughing straight to the bank.
I would also ask that person, define what a scammer is. To me, a scammer is someone that makes a promise and doesn't fulfill on it, or just doesn't fulfill on the product or service. At least in my videos, I know intuitively that the products that I'm selling to people will help you if you use them responsibly, and that's really all it comes down to, right? It's like, if you're selling shitty products, don't do that. You're not going to make a lot of money. Sell ethical products, make storylines that happen to make sense. And personally, I don't think any of us are scammers, but you're entitled to your opinion always.
I think we're at like a good spot to wrap it up. Let's just say, like, what do y'all see? What are your predictions for TikTok Shop 2025? Just like quick answer.
It's only gonna get better, baby. If you haven't started it, start now. Now is the time to start. So let's get it.
Nick?
Oh man, we're still very, very early to it. I think we were talking about it off camera the other day, and you think that because you're on TikTok, so many people are doing this, and you think that there's such a low barrier to entry, but honestly, there are not. I think someone said a status that there was like a statistic where it was like there's only 100K TikTok Shop affiliates, but I think in this car alone, we have multiple accounts that we run, and so you got to divide that number by at least like 6 or 7, and that's actually the amount of affiliates that are doing this thing right now. So this space is only going to get bigger and bigger, right? If you guys know about like how Amazon at one point was actually smaller than it is now, right? But when it first started becoming like a lot more streamlined and like a lot bigger and bigger, that was a gold rush in the Amazon space, and now we are experiencing another gold rush. So do not sleep on this opportunity, because I feel like an opportunity like this only comes, every decade or so.
In terms of TikTok Shop, I don't know what's going to happen, but what I can promise is that short form content isn't going anywhere. Our attention spans are getting shorter. People enjoy consuming this type of content. If TikTok Shop happens to go away in the future, it gives you another opportunity to hop on and be the best at there. So if you're worried about how long this TikTok Shop opportunity is going to last, your focus is on the wrong place. You probably don't make any money right now. Guarantee every single one of us in this car don't care if TikTok or the entire platform will get banned, because the skill isn't going away with the platform too. So don't worry about that. Keep making content. You'll still be making money.
Yeah, my prediction for TikTok 2025, 2023, 2024, that's when TikTok was building the trust. They're getting people on the platform. And I think now that people trust it, now they're accustomed to buying off TikTok, it's gonna blow up, right? Every month we saw people make more money. Like, we would see one person hit 100K a month, like, that's crazy, but can I do it? And then someone else does it and they do even more. And it's like, people trust the app and there's more people buying. And I think we're gonna start seeing, you know, your mom, your brother, all your friends buy off TikTok. Most people you know personally probably still haven't bought off TikTok yet, but that's gonna change. So, good fucking roundtable, boys. We did good. I think a lot of people got a ton of value from seeing the chats. I'll leave everyone's socials in the description of the video so you can follow them, continue with the journey. Leave links to Creators Corner if y'all want to join Creators Corner. That will be in the links. You look, link in bio. It'll be somewhere there. You can find it if you're interested in Creators Corner. But good job, everyone.
Hey,
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Let's crush.
Let's go.